The Citadel of Carcassonne is one of the largest and best preserved citadels in the world and Europe's most formidable fortified complex. In this video, we're taking you inside the Citadel of Carcassonne, where ancient towers, majestic ramparts, and centuries of history come together in one unforgettable place. With over 2,500 years of history, this vast fortress is renowned for its impressive double surrounding walls that stretch 3 kilometers and feature 52 towers. With its castle and ramparts, the city seems straight out of a medieval fantasy tale, displaying an outstanding example of a Middle Ages fortified town. The history of Carcassonne begins around 550 BC as a Gaulish settlement. Conquered by the Romans in the 2nd century BC, the town prospered thanks to the wine trade. In the 3rd and 4th centuries, the first wave of invasions by Germanic peoples caused the Roman Empire to falter. As a result, the Romans decided to build a 1,200-meter-long wall to defend the town. This first rampart largely survives to this day. Over the following centuries, the city was attacked and occupied by Visigoths, Muslims, and the Franks. The Visigoths renovated the Roman walls during the town's occupation, but the original structure remained in place. The Franks' siege inspired the legend of Dame Carcas, the city's patron saint. According to the legend, Lady Carcas, following the death of her husband, took charge of the city's defense against the Frankish army led by Charlemagne. After a siege of 5 years, she had the idea of feeding the last pig with a sack of wheat and then pushing it from the highest tower at the foot of the outer ramparts. Charlemagne and his men, believing that the stronghold was still overflowing with soldiers and food to the point of wasting a wheat-fed pig, ended the siege. To celebrate this victory, Lady Carcas let the bells ring, which in French translates to Carcassonne, thus creating the city's name. In the 11th century, the county of Carcassonne came into the possession of Bernard Aton Trencavel, Viscount of Albi and Nîmes. It was a period of abundance and expansion for the town, with the construction of many new buildings. Most importantly, the Trencavels ordered the erection of the Basilica of Saint-Nazaire, which remains one of the major highlights. Around 1130, they built a palatium which served as the seigneurial residence. It was to become the future Château Comtal. In the 12th century, a Christian movement emerged in Europe, rejecting the Roman Church for failing to uphold the ideals of Christ. This movement, known as Catharism, was particularly thriving in southern France, with Carcassonne as one of its central points. Denounced as a heretical sect by the Catholic Church, its followers were attacked by the Albigensian Crusade, launched by Pope Innocent III in 1209. Carcassonne was besieged and defeated by Simon de Montfort, the military leader of the expedition, and it became part of the French royal domain. The town gradually developed into an administrative and military centre, providing a strategic border location in the rivalry between the kingdoms of France and Aragon. Major works were undertaken to redevelop the citadel. A second 1,600-metre-long wall with new towers doubled the Gallo-Roman rampart, and the original Palatium was turned into a fortified castle. The walls were equipped with loopholes for crossbow fire, and new gates were built, including the monumental Porte Narbonnaise. From then on, the fort was considered impregnable. In 1659, the Treaty of the Pyrenees ended the Franco-Spanish War. As the border moved south, Carcassonne lost its privileged status. Over the next few centuries, fortifications were abandoned and the Cité was removed from the list of strongholds. Left to decay, the walls were dismantled and sold piece by piece to local masons. It wasn't until the middle of the 19th century that Carcassonne regained its status as a historical monument. The famous architect Eugène Viollet-le-Duc, one of the founders of the modern science of conservation, was charged with renovating the entire fortress. Begun in 1853 and completed in 1911, this immense restoration project returned the medieval city to its former splendor. In 1997, the place was added to the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites for its exceptional testimony to the architecture. Nearly 4 million visitors come to admire the Cité every year. There are many amazing highlights to discover in this fantastic fortified compound. The double walls, with their 52 towers, are one of the key features of the citadel. Walking along the ramparts provides a unique view of the city, the surroundings, and the Pyrenees in the distance. The majestic Château Comtal is a vestige of feudal then royal power. Dominating the ensemble, the castle is a fortress within a fortress. Starting as the Trencavel Palatium, it later evolved into a fortified castle incorporating more towers and crenellations, a second rampart and a moat. Today, Château Comtal looks like a veritable urban palace. Renowned for its flamboyant stained glass windows, the Saint-Nazaire Basilica is an excellent example of a harmonious blend between the Romanesque and Gothic styles. The basilica was the first to be restored by Viollet-le-Duc as part of his renovation project. La Porte Narbonnaise is one of the two gates that lead into the city, the other being La Porte d'Aude. Constructed around 1280 to defend the main entrance, it was designed as an independent fortification. The gate is a complete defensive system, but it also serves as a symbol of royal power. Within the citadel's walls lies a network of narrow streets and alleyways filled with charming shops, busy cafes, and welcoming restaurants. On the left bank of the River Aude, visitors will discover Bastide Saint-Louis, another picturesque medieval town that appeared in the 13th century. A lively district filled with attractions, the Bastide invites you to discover a wealth of sites, including the Canal du Midi, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Cité de Carcassonne stands not just as a majestic fortress, but as a timeless gateway to the medieval soul of France, preserving centuries of history within its walls for all who wander through.